And we are green. Evenly start inside line with the edge.
Mark Jackson just slower than Wesley Holland.
Drivers around the corners as long as they hit the...
Yes. Off lid.
Have you ever had the equal say in motorsports racing, kart racing, or even in sim racing? While on the track, simulator, in your race car, or hauling close to the ground in a cart, Abruzzi Raceware has you covered. If you need to promote your team, logo, name, colors, or just feeling a bit more confident in your sim rig, Abruzzi Raceware has your answer. Team shirts, jackets, and even racing suits, they will go the extra mile. Race boots, trainers to gloves, even karting suits, as well as safety-rated wear, Abruzzi has a supply to fit your needs. Customizable from team names to colors, and yes, you can have your own name customized just the way you like it. In sim racing, they give you the comfort and feel of being strapped into a cockpit to bring the experience closer to the way you desire it. Their range of apparel has been created to not only meet and exceed the highest levels of comfort and quality, but also to enable you to make it yours. To add your personality, take a look at AbruzziUSA.com to see the lineup and what they have to offer. AbruzziUSA.com, with customization at heart, it's your wear, your way.
Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to the Abruzzi Raceware Cup Series season opener, Texas 187. Here tonight on Extreme Sim TV. Final race of the week for the Loose Lugnuts opening week. And we got some great races here in Texas. Now it's the Cup cars' turn to come out to take on this 1.5-mile racetrack. Of course, this is a new reconfigured Texas Motor Speedway. Turns 1 and 2 with a little bit of progressive banking in it. The lower lane is flatter than the 2 lanes above it. That makes it a very interesting racetrack to try to drive in any stock car, whether it be the Xfinity Trunk or Cup. And now the Cup has their chance. Now they have a little bit higher downforce to help them through that corner, but still, yeah, it's going to be a heck of a turn to work our way through. Right now, our camera focus on the number 46 Scott Patton. Right now, top of the board in practice. The 87 right there with him, and Justin Michael. See those two working their way through. Justin getting a little bit sideways here with a minute minute of practice. And I'll tell you what, man, thank you to ABRUZZI RACEWARE coming on this season with the Lugnuts Cup Series. And of course, for all your racing wear needs, check out ABRUZZIRaceware.com. Everything you can need, whether it's sim racing, real racing, racing around your couch, Halloween, probably could hook you up for something with that too. I'm sure they'll come up with something. Anything you may need over at ABRUZZIRaceware.com. And thank you again to ABRUZZI for coming on board. But we're getting ready to go green as we get ready to go here in just a moment. And from tonight, it's going to be Matt up in the booth with you here all evening long. It's been a couple of days since I've done a solo show, so this should be fun. Getting back in the habit of doing solos. I don't have anybody up here with me tonight. And we're going to get ready to go. And let's get Judd up here from ABRUZZI and see what he's got to say in just a moment. Let's say, hey Judd, Matt up here in the booth. Got a copy of it, buddy?
Yes, I do.
All right. We got a weird question for ABRUZZI here from the chat room. Since you've got everything covered for racing, right? Anything you might need raceware wise, they want to know, you got anything for Halloween coming up? Maybe we could come up with something. Albeit something from ABRUZZI.
Yeah, we can do something. I don't have any Halloween apparel style stuff, you know, but we can put something together for a.
Hey, they could always get a full-on racing suit for Halloween, man. That'll work.
Oh, absolutely. Right, absolutely.
Dress up as your favorite driver. Go for that. All right, man. Well, you got qualifying coming up. What do you expect out of the car here at Texas Motor Speedway tonight?
You know, we got a whole new group of guys from the Thursday to Saturday to tonight. So it's the opener. A lot of drivers that we haven't raced with before. We'll just have to kind of bide our time a little bit and pick and choose where we make our moves and conserve those tires. The tires are going to be everything tonight. We got an extra 20 laps. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see. Car feels pretty good, but I'm going to be a mid-pack driver tonight for sure.
Well, man, don't sell yourself short. I know you're a good driver, man. Hopefully you can get up there and get something done, buddy.
I appreciate it. Well, I'm going to give it my best. You can count on that. If I can get my opportunity to lead a lap, I can choose that point. That'll help in the long run. So we'll see what happens. A lot of good drivers in here tonight. Got to throw a lot of respect out there for these teams, and we'll just try to see them at the end of the season and see what we got for them.
Well, I'm going to let you go, buddy. I know you got qualifying starts here.
Sounds good. Thanks, buddy.
All right, buddy. Have fun. All right, as we get ready to go qualifying on the board right now, 3 minutes 46 seconds. That's all you got to figure out where you're going to start tonight. Let's take a look at the qualifying charts right now, as we got a pretty good size field here tonight. And right now, Reeves up front, and John, Ray, Richard, Austin, Derbyshire. You've got Jeffrey. Look at Jeffrey. Justin Michael, top of the board. Great run for Justin. Let's see here. Grant on pit road to Justin Michael, top of the board, and that number 87 Toyota Camry tops the charts right now. Again, well, rolling through qualifying here tonight. Let's see where Judd Danielson, ABRUZZI RACEWARE on that car. Let's see what he can come up with. If he can put that car top of the board up. I know he sold himself a little bit short, but I'm telling you, Judd Danielson, he don't sleep on Judd. I don't know. I think he's going to be a little stronger than he's giving himself credit for. Patting to the top of the board right now. Let's see what this number 85 ABRUZZI machine, ABRUZZI RACEWARE machine can come up with here tonight. Out of turn number 4, down through the tri-oval right now, working his way through. And come on, Judd, buddy. Nice corner through 1 and 2 for Danielson. Right around the bottom, off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway right now, and into 3 and 4. Pretty much flat out through this corner. You got enough banky. You ain't got to worry about it too awful much. Off of turn number 4, little bit high there on exit, but he'll bring it back down and across the stripe. And where does Danielson place? P13 with a 29.0. 29.0 right now. Michael rolling out on track in the 08 also. Take a look here, old Ronald Klein down the back straightaway. Getting up to speed. Let's see what Klein can come up with in that number 76 machine. Beautiful looking old World War II inspired paint scheme. I don't know. Pretty car award giver. What do you think? Better pretty car award for the night? Yes, that car. It's got my vote. I don't know about you, but it's got my vote.
That's the other car.
Well, that's why I showed that, because it's the only car you can be. I kind of want to give it to this car, because it's a beautiful looking race car. But nevertheless, Ronald Klein coming off of turn number 4, crosses the stripe. Where does he turn in? And pretty good, Ronald in 17th. Come on, buddy, you got to pick it up, man. 17th for Ronald Klein. 29.209. 30 seconds on the board. Let's see what he can come up with. Of course, Hermie Sadler there. Pretty good run, setting in 7th in the 93. And back to Ronald. Ronald's going to call it quits, 16th. So it looks like, ooh, Michael with a clutch pole. Wow. Good job, Michael. With 15 seconds left, he's going to yank that pole away in that 08 machine. He'll start on pole here tonight, and there we have it. Qualifying in the books here tonight. Let's get ready to go racing. Here we go, 125 laps, 187 miles. They are qualifying grid. Well, looks like this. Michael front row, Scott Patton right there with him. Wood Hogan to Justin Levine, 4th. Jason Demans in 5th. Justin Michael 6th. 7th, Gary Sexton alongside Hermie Sandler. 9th, Jeffrey Burke and Elliott Sadler back there. Ted Wade, Judd Danielson. Mitchell Reeves, Sean right there, 14th. Ray Richard, Trent, and who's going to be row number 9? Ronald Klein, Greg. And we'll let the rest of the field kind of roll by. That was your top 18 qualifiers here. Tires going to be important here tonight. You're going to have to conserve quite a bit here to get to the end of this one. Going to be fun. That turn 1, turn 2, man, that's such a tricky corner. Each one of these guys, as we get ready to go racing. See Justin in the 11 car rolling off 4th. And now you see the cars on pit road getting ready to go right. Again, 187 miles here tonight. 125 laps to start the season here. All these guys hopper, ready to go, ready to get this thing underway. And it's up front, everybody gridding in. See the Elliott Sadler Esports machine, the 08. Right there, Jeffrey up there in the mix. Back to blue, number 60. Beautiful looking race car. The 29 right there behind them. Getting ready to roll as well. Ray Richard in the 44 Abruzzi machine. Taking a look at that 12 Exide machine lining up right behind him. That's going to be Trent right there. And right with him, Ronald Klein as well. Taking a look at the 72 on pit road. Beautiful looking race car Greg has. And they got some good looking race cars out here tonight. But I don't know how many of them's going to be good looking by the time we get to the end of this one. Here in about 187 miles. Darby Shire up there in the 91. Taking a look at that car coming out of the Abruzzi stable. And it's official Pretty Car Award going to the 76 machine of Ronald Klein. Congratulations to him. First week, taking home that Pretty Car Award. So we're going to get ready to get this thing rolling. 187 miles here tonight. Everybody getting ready to go. Boy, oh boy. All the practice and everything else you have done coming down to this. As you see the cars rolling through turns of 3 and 4. See right there, the 08 leading them down. Michael. He's got to be on it here for the start. Early on, I think the grass is going to play a pretty big role. Fresh tires, these cars will stick around the bottom as we get ready to go. How long will this be a draft game? We're about to find out. We are going green at Texas. The Lugnuts ABRUZZI RACEWARE Cup Series is green and underway here tonight. See everybody doing the dive down to the bottom of the racetrack. The 08 able to jump out ahead beautifully. Boyd and Scott second side by side. Justin back there in the 11 in the mix. You'll see down the back straightaway the draft come into effect. The 46 machine makes a move to the bottom. And this is a corner where you can make a lot of passes because you're pretty much wide open. You don't have to worry too much off of turn number 4. Everybody single file, that 46 straight down, he'll take the second now. Scott Patton out in P2, Boyd Hogan in P3, Justin in P4. Everybody single file down the back straightaway, a little movement behind them now. As the 11 jumps to the bottom, Justin trying to pick up that 4th spot. Right around the inside line, can't do it. He cannot get there. He's going to have to lift off just a little bit. Got tight. We'll take a look behind him. And side by side right there with the 11 fighting back. Able to hang on through 1 and 2. Meanwhile, up front, challenge for the race lead. Going to be Patton trying to get to the bottom and will get to the bottom of Michael. Michael doesn't even stand a chance there. Through 3 and 4, Patton gets clear. Down the front straightaway, lap number 4 on the board. Patton out front of this thing. Behind him, Michael, Boyd, Justin, Levine. Top 4 single file behind them. Michael back there trying to run him down. Justin Michael, everything he can do here, also trying to make it work inside the top 5. Jason Mans runs 6th right now. Barry Sexton in 7th. 4 laps complete, a bit of a battle behind them. Elliott Sadler, Judd Danielson going at it. Sadler not gonna hang on to it. Danielson gets clear. Good move for Danielson. Jeffrey back here in 10th from the 60. Doing everything he can do as Scott Patton continues to lead this race right now. Again, 5 out of 125 complete. Battle for the race lead. And look at the bottom lane, man. Bum drafting at Texas. Michael is going to get cleared because the 96 of Boyd Hogan pushed him through into 1. Now, back side by side again, fighting their way up front. Battling around the front of the pack here. Great racing at Texas. Just 6 laps complete here tonight. Patton outside looking for room. Can't do nothing. Out front, Michael reassumes the race lead. How long will these tires hold up for these guys to be able to race like this? That's going to be a question that will have to be answered as we go into the night. Justin Levine right here in, coming for 3rd right now. Levine in the 11, but battle once again. Boyd Hogan trying to look to the bottom. Michael, man, trying to hang on up front. And you can see these top 4 pretty much under a blanket. Let's ride on board with the 08 looking back. That's pressure coming from behind him. All kinds of pressure right there behind him. Great battle at the front of the pack right now. These cars all over one another down the back straightaway. Big run coming from behind. But Boyd, he's going to go ahead and stay in the line. Hogan staying in the line there. Now battle with Patton coming up. Patton to the bottom. And what racing right now at the front of the field at the moment. Everybody doing a great job hanging on, back on board here. Down the back straightaway, up in front, Michael hanging on in the 08. He's got the 46 right in front of him. That's Patton assuming the race lead right now. Again, 9 laps complete out of 125 here tonight. Patton back out front. Michael drops the second. Levine the third. These guys single file, trying to check on some battles back in the pack if we can. Kind of hard to leave this front pack, but going back here, Wade right here in the 32, all over the back bumper of Sadler in the 99. That's the battle for 9th and 10th on the racetrack right now. 3 battles back in the pack, 11 laps of 125 complete here tonight. Let's take a look at Mitchell Reeves deep in the pack also. And everybody's starting to wash up. You see cars start, ooh, one car on the outside wall. Who was that? They got the fence. That was a 43. Of Sean getting in the outside wall pretty hard. Meanwhile, Patton's still leading the way. You see the tires starting to go away on these cars. It's pushed hard at the early beginning stages of this. Tires starting to give up a little bit of their luster. Starting to see cars slide up the racetrack. In this Cup Series here tonight, these guys are right around the bottom here at Texas. Trying to make the inside work all the way around this place. Up front, Patton hanging on, Sexton in 6th. See Sexton right there in the 13. Judd Dangleson in 7th. Dangleson talked about being a back marker car, but he's up inside the top 10 right now. Having a really good run, and he's putting pressure on Sexton, the rookie, and that anytime you see a 0 in front of the number, going to be a rookie to this league, and that's Sexton right in front of him. One of our rookie drivers. And Sexton going to have a hard time keeping Dangleson behind him if he's not careful. One mistake, Dangleson will take advantage of it and will get by him, I promise you that. Right now, lap 14 of 125 in the books. Patton leads the way. Sexton right there hanging on. Sexton coming under fire from Dangleson. We'll go check in on the leaders in a moment. Good racing all through the pack right now for the first 15 laps. As they work their way through right now, it looks to be like we got a lead change on the out front. Levine is sneaking his way past Patton. Boyd following him through. So again, another lead change on this one. Give it to Justin Levine out front. Levine to the race lead by Patton. Boyd trying to follow his way through. Patton gonna give it up here. Looks like he'll drop the third. Back single file once again. 16 laps in the books. We'll see. A little bit dicey. Up front, you see through 1 and 2, the high line starting to come in. They can't hold the car at the bottom like they could earlier on in the night. And we have lost well over a second lap time wise of fall off here in 16 laps. Keep that in mind for later on in the night. Patton kind of dropping back right now. He's about to drop the 4th. You have to wonder, did Patton kind of burn the tires up on that 46? Stone River machine out there racing as early as he was. The Patton drops back. He'll drop the 4th here. Levine to the lead. The 08-year pole sitter here tonight inside the top 5 also. 17 laps complete. Taking a look, Dangleson fighting side by side with the 60 of Mac or Mert back here. Jeffrey Mert trying to hang on. He'll be on the bottom. Look at Dangleson pinching Mert way down on the bottom of the racetrack. Wow. And again, battle for the race lead. Justin Michael trying to fight back. We'll get back up to that one as he goes under Levine. Boy, some tight racing out here tonight. These guys not giving each other much room at the front of the pack here. You would think they would want to ride a little bit, but right now they're not doing that at all. and still side by side up in front of the pack, giving each other just enough room to keep these cars straight. As on the bottom, the 87 machine Justin leads now by a nose, moving to the race lead. Lead change number 5 on the night. So lead change number 5, Michael back out front, Levine to second. 20 laps in, we've had 5 lead changes already, and we're about, I would estimate, about 30 laps away from green flag stops later on tonight. I want to thank everyone coming out to Extreme Sim TV tonight. Check out the loose Lugnuts ABRUZZI RACEWARE Cup Series season opener here tonight. Down into 1 and 2 once again. Boyd sets third, Patton fourth, Michael fifth. The top 5 kind of settled down. Let's drop back. Gary Sexton in the battle right now under the 13 machine, or excuse me, in the 13 on the top side, trying to hang on against the 32 and the 29. Gary doing everything he can to hold his position deeper in the pack right now. With these 3 on the board this time by, he's going to drop back and get in line behind the 29 machine as they fight their way through right now. And great racing back here deep in the pack here. Everybody fighting their way through. Jason demands back here in the 2 machine. Reeves back here. I expected the Reeves to have a little bit stronger run tonight in the 02. What about Wally back here in the 75 running 14? Pretty good little showing for Wally. And again, we got a battle brewing for the race lead. Up front, it's going to be Justin Michael, but Boyd Hogan closing back down on that race lead once again. Already 5 lead changes on the night. Right behind them, you're going to have Levine and Patton going at it. And these top 5 are not letting up on each other. 24 of 125 laps complete here tonight. Side by side, down the back straightaway for what would be 3rd, 4th. 46 underneath the 11. The 11 giving them some room. Car washes up the racetrack on the bottom just a bit, but he's able to hang on to it. 25 on the board, 100 to go this next time by. And we're roughly halfway into this fuel run here tonight. Estimated 45 to 50 laps here at Texas. These guys can run. So again, roughly halfway through. Danielson back there in the 85, hanging on right in front of the 32 at Ted Wade. Elliott Sadler sitting there in the 99, running 9th. Great run for Elliott. Of course, Elliott Sadler Esports involved in all this also as we continue along. But one car that's not having the 91 is more Ronald Kleinman. He is dropping back. You got Hermie Sadler to his outside, or excuse me, Hermie closing in. That was another car right there to his outside. That would be the 65 machine. So, not tonight to Klein. None of those guys back there wanted. Meanwhile, back at the front of the pack, Justin and Boyd still going at it. 27 on the board here tonight. And nose to tail, they go off into 3 and 4 to the bottom. Boyd goes, dives that car off in there. I don't know if he's got enough tire left to make it stick down there or not. He is trying in that ABRUZZI machine to make it work. 28 on the board and clear. So, new race leader, Boyd Hogan, over at Justin Michael. Justin Michael drops to second. Patton trying to close in from third. He's going to have Michael and Levine back there in the top 5 still. This top 5 really hasn't changed from the start of this race. They've just kind of swapped their spots around for the first 29 laps of this one. Folks, we're going to go crank it up here for the first time tonight. We'll be back here at Texas in a moment. All right, here, getting ready to go back at it. 31 laps complete. On board with Justin running in second. Tell those tires really gone now on these race cars after 31 laps. As we're coming up to 2 seconds a lap slower than what we started this run off at for these race leaders. And the guys who can save their tires, I think, are going to start coming through. Sadler into the top 8 in the 99 machine, working his way through. And I think he's one of those that really did a good job of saving his equipment early on in the run, side by side behind him. He's going to have Sexton, the rookie, underneath of Ted Wade in the 32 machine. .32 of 125 complete. Wade back there. Taking a look at Greg Mitchell Reeves and Jason D. Mans. Chase Galvin back here, just hanging on there in the 26th and 14th. Ray Richard 15th right now. So Ray having a good top 15 run here tonight as everybody works their way off of turn number 4. Put what would be 34 of 125 laps in the books here tonight again. Expecting pit stops here in the next about 15 laps or so, in that range. We'll start seeing them dive down pit road, still keeping an eye on this battle for the race lead. Already 6 lead changes this early in the race, and it doesn't appear to be slowing down at all as lap number 35 goes on the board. Taking a look right there, that 87 machine, Justin Michael, putting the pressure on the 96 of Boyd. Hogan dropping back a spot, he'll jump back in line right now. Great racing up front again. Lead change one more time, and it's been so fun to watch these guys kind of swap back and forth on what they're going to do. And we've seen it all night long. Now another swap possibly. Here comes Boyd back to the bottom. Hang on to it. Can he hold it down there? Nope, can't do it. Not on those old tires, not through 1 and 2. It's not able to get the car to turn enough to stay down there on those old tires. And right now we got everybody still on the lead lap. And pretty safe here. I don't see anybody lapping anybody right at the moment. The top 3 here right with one another. Patton creeping back up in there in the 46 machine. Stone River machine sitting in 3rd right now, trying to get back to the top 2. Again, 187 miles here tonight is what we'll run. We've already ran 37 of those laps scheduled here this evening. And right now, Patton setting 3rd, Hogan in 2nd. Justin Michael with the race lead. Taking a look at 4th. If we can take a look back there. Oh wait, trouble up in front. We got a car on the outside wall, and I believe it was the 87 machine of Justin Michael. Got high off of turn number 2. Put that car on the outside wall. He'll lose the lead. All back in the line. Now they do have one faster tire. You see that right rear quarter panel. Big dent in that car. right now from getting into the outside wall, so he'll have to get that either fast repaired or manually worked on when he comes to pit road. And I'm not sure how much that's going to hurt the car right now. But luckily, he's only about 10 to 12 laps away from what would be scheduled stops here. These guys are probably going to make 2 stops here tonight. Probably around lap 50 and around lap 100. I don't see these guys running 65 to make it 1 stop. They may, but it would be stretching it pretty far. But up front, look at the battle brewing again. Boyd Hogan back to the bottom. And again, racing up front, not letting up. 40 laps complete. Man, these top 3 are getting after it here at Texas Motor Speedway. Battling back and forth, and it's all the way around the racetrack. See Levine closing back in on the 08. Danielson back there creeping himself right into the picture. But right now, Patton up front, pulling away, trying to create some distance. And keeping in mind, Michael back here in the 08 machine, trying to hang on. He got the pole here tonight, right there in the mix. Hogan still right there also in the mix. And then right there in second, Justin doing a great job even with the damage on the right side of the 87. He moved back to second. I thought that damage might hinder him a little bit more than it has. But right now it doesn't seem to be affecting Justin Michael running in second in the 87 machine, even with damage staying up there with the race leader. Judd, oh, Michael to pit road. As we went to a very late entry. So 42 laps, mark it down, folks. 42 on the first stop was when we first seen the car to pit road. Patton out there still going at it. So mark that down on your calendars. 42 laps was the first car to pit road here tonight. A little shorter than what I thought they would run. 42 is all he completed. Man, that's a very, very, very short run. Now more cars to pit road. Patton lap 43. And there you have it. Cars on pit road. Patton bringing the car down right now. Well, 42 and 43, that's going to be your numbers. The first group of cars came down. See the 08 there, 44 laps in. We'll see if he pits this time. See what he does. Yep, there you have it. Lap 44, the 08 to pit road. And I bet you just about everybody else will follow. So that changes our pit window to 42 to 44 laps here tonight. And I tell you what, I was not expecting that. I expected the window to be a bit further. Cars on pit road, everybody seemed to do a good job getting onto pit road here tonight. 45 on the board. 45 out of 100 complete, 125. So it's going to be 42 to 45 that we're going to look at for the next stop. Quick math tells us we're going to be around lap 85 for a stop. Question is, can they stretch it from there? Time to do some math, folks. Get this figured out. Cars back out on the racetrack. Jeremy on pit road here. I think he went the furthest of 45 laps. And out front, the 87 machine hangs on. The 87 up front here of Justin Michael. And so, as we break out the calculators, let's figure this out. As we close in, they can run about 45 laps. That would put them to lap 80, so we know by our numbers, we got one more stop. Lap 80 is going to be your bingo number here tonight. Scott Patton right there in second. Boy, Justin Michael and Patton came out right together. And behind them, Boyd Hogan sits third. The 08 in fourth, a little bit further back. Looks like him and Levine lost some ground. your race leader through that cycle of stops. And that is just how it's going to roll here, staying out that extra lap or two. For Scott Patton, he made that late dive to pit road. It paid off. He was the first car down pit road. He'll be the first one in the pack now. When they get all started, the cycle back out, they're going to start running into lap traffic here at 48 complete. So 48 complete at 125 here tonight. And boy, oh boy, does your broadcaster got his hands full here tonight. Because we have got some strategy that's going to play out at the end of this thing. Again, lap 80 would be your bingo number, but you can go a bit further, I believe. You could actually go to about lap 90 if you tried it. Because they could run 45 on a stint, and the cars that came in later could go to about 90. So do you stay out those extra few laps, then come down, or do you hit your bingo number, bring that car to pit road and immediately get tires? And looking through the field here, Merck back here in 8th, Gary Sexton in 7th, Judd Danielson in 6th. That's the way they run. 50 on the board here tonight, 3 wide down the back straightaway going through traffic. They'll figure it out and they'll make it work. And Easy does that. Everybody will hang on. And will this thing go green to the end? That's a question that everybody's got on their mind right now. See Justin, he's lost touch with Scott. Scott's got about the second lead up front. The next car to go a lap down would be Wesley Whitfield. He's going to drop a lap down right there now. Trent would be your next car in 19th to go a lap down. 52 complete. And that's the way we set right now at this far into the race. Elliott Sadler, his luck's turned not for the best. Right now scored 2 laps down on the board in 24th. And that's the way we set right now. 52 of 125 in the books here tonight. We're going to go for a second crank it up of the night, folks, and we'll be right back here at Texas Motor Speedway. Back here with you once again, taking a look at Pat going away. Michael in second, Boyd Hogan third. Justin Levine sitting here in fifth. Everybody kind of spread out a bit here, kind of looking around the racetrack to see what the closest battle would be. And right here it would be Mr. Ronald Klein trying to hang on over Sean back here. Sheen back here in the 65. Klein right there in the 76. Great little battle on the racetrack. 14th and 15th position on the track right now. Both these guys kind of battling it out, and it looks like Marlowe's going to get away a bit. Gap up front is kind of gotten larger, but Boyd has ran back down Justin Michael. So Boyd in third, trying to look for a way around the 87 machine. That would be for P2 as they're working their way through traffic right now. Easy does it, boys. You got to be careful. You're coming up on lap traffic. He's going to go to the bottom, trying to pinch that number 87 machine of Justin behind the lap car in front of him. Let's see if it works in 1 and 2. Justin just going to let him go here and dive back in the line. Patton now at a 1.4 second gap. Up in front, battle for second, hot and heavy right now. So great battle right now, 58 of 125 complete. Patton up in front. Taking a look at the next car to go a lap down. Gonna be Wally there in a 75, just up ahead of Patton. See the gap there. It's gonna be a couple of laps before Patton gets back into lap traffic. And folks, guess what? We're gonna be about 20 laps away from your bingo number. 80 laps, bingo number here tonight. That's the lap they can stop on and make it the rest of the way. And we're about 20 laps from that. If we don't get a caution between now and then, this is going to be very interesting. Levine sitting back here in the 11 in the top 5. Works by the 12 lap down car machine at Rios. Good job by him. Look at the 08. Trying to pick up a spot here on the 87. That is your pole sitter of Michael trying to get back into the top 3. He's just outside of that. He's in 4th right now. 61 and 125 complete. Everybody right around the bottom. Patton up in front. Boyd, Gary, Greg, Jason Mans in 8th. Danielson in 9th. 61 and 125 complete here tonight. '62 on the board, nose to tail. Jason D-Mans, Judd Danielson right there lined up, headed into 1 and 2. Can anybody make a move here? No, they're going to stay in the line. Ted Wade, Merck back here. Good run for him inside the top 11. Reeves 12th, Chase Gavin. Galvin back here in 13th. Ronald Klein in 14th. Still in that tight battle right now, but up front, Patton with a lead of 1.5 seconds. Mitchell still right there with Justin, Michael, and those two going at it. Justin, Michael, and Gene right there behind him. Great race, 64 and 125 completed tonight. Levine in 5th. Taking a look at Levine, trying to move his way back forward somehow. But look at the rookie, man. Sexton right there in 6th. Man, what a great run for the rookie here tonight inside the top 10. Mans right there in 7th behind him. Big move down the back straightaway. Ooh, that got dicey. With Greg Mans and Judd Daniels, all 3 of them. Getting a little dicey down there, the Texas 2-step down the back straightaway. That about went very wrong if they had to been careful. So we're gonna be 65 laps of 125 complete, and we're gonna be about 15 laps away from your bingo number, folks. Of course, your bingo number is the amount of fuel you need to make it to the end, and we're 15 away from that right now. 66 or 125 and complete. Boyd Hogan right there in the 96. Great run for him. Hogan in that 96 hanging on right now. And P2 right now. It's a great race here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway on Extreme Sim TV for the Abruzzi Raceware Cup Series. What a race it has been so far here tonight. Single file right now behind them. Michael, Justin, and Justin Levine. Gary Sexton back here. Everybody right now kind of riding, trying to get to that number. of 80. And Scott Patton, I think what we're going to see him do as soon as we get to that number, assuming these drivers realize that's the number, he will probably come straight to pit road as soon as we complete lap number 80, I would imagine, because that's what he did the last stop. Be behind him, Boyd Hogan, Michael, all these guys in line as they work their ways through. Behind them, the 87 and 11 going at it. Levine to the bottom, he'll pick up a spot. Move Levine to 4th. 69 on the board this time by Patton, still leads the way. Patton hanging on out front. He has got quite a gap here. Taking a look behind him. Greg trying to close in on Jason D. Manns. Greg and Manns going, Jason D. Manns trying to go at it. Look at Wade back there. Danielson back here in the mix. 69 and 125 complete. Lap number 70 on the board. What a race here tonight, folks. It's been a lot of fun so far. Patton still up front. Still leading the way here at Texas Motor Speedway. So one behind the other, single file right now. Scott Patton out front, leading the way. He's got the big gap. He's got about 1.4 seconds over the rest of the field tonight. Patton doing a great job here. Hanging on up in front. And you see that gap not really changing any right there. Battle right here deep in the pack. That's going to be Danielson. Good Danielson right there in the mix. A 3-car tango right here. A nice little battle. The 72 going to lead that parade. Right in front of Ted and Judd. And those three single file, 73 on the board. Here we go, nice little 3-car tango back here. That's going to be 8th, 9th, and 10th right with each other right now. Big run for the 32 down the back straightaway here. But can Ted take it? He's on the bottom. Yep, he's going to pick up the spot. Ted up to 8th. That's going to drop Greg to 9th. Judd Danielson to 10th. 74 on the board. As everybody fights their way through here. 73 of 125 laps complete. Scott Patton out in front. Closing in on that lap 80 mark here. And we'll take a look at the next car to go a lap down. That is going to be Wally right there. That'll be your next car to go a lap down. And that number is 75 machine. Unfortunate for him, but he will be your next car to drop a lap down on the racetrack, and that will leave 17 cars on the lead lap once this pass happens. The team back here in a little bit of a battle with Jeremy. Verdell back here trying to hang on. Great little battle here, and that's going to be for 15th and 16th position for those two in that race right now. So 75 on the board, about 5 laps away from bingo. And again, that's going to be the number you need to make it the rest of the way. What strategies will these drivers play when we get to that number? Do they run a little bit further? They could technically go another 10 laps, but if they don't need to, maybe they come down and get tires. So your pit window going to open at 80. Scott Patton out front, Boyd in second. Maybe Boyd tries to chop down, come to pit road before Pat. Trying to make some of that second gap back up. And that gap right now is now 2 seconds. As it looks like Levine back here in a little bit of a battle with the 08 of Michael. Levine trying to take that spot in the top 3. great battle right now, chopping down the racetrack. Levine to the bottom. Levine makes it work. He'll make the pass happen on the 08 of Michael. Good pass here, 78 to 125 complete. So move Levine to third. And looks like the 08 of Michael trying to pull back underneath of him, trying to get a run if he can. Can't do it, he'll stay in line here. 79 on the board this time by of the 125 to complete tonight's race. And taking a look back here at the rookie section, still in sixth. Still a great run for him, man. Going to be about 6 seconds off the race lead, but nevertheless a great run for him. And the pit window about to open in a little lap or so. So we'll start to see that strategy play out to what these guys are going to do here in about another lap and a half. Let's go back up to Patton here as they continue the battle there. Where does Patton come down pit road? Right now we got 46 to go, so they need to make it another lap. Put us in that 42 to 45 lap window. The window should be opening right here. And here we go. Window is going to open. Now, everyone, when do they come down pit road? Window is open. Window open right now. Who decides to come to pit road and when do they do it? And I'm watching the top two here. Who pulls the trigger first? And it's not going to be Patton, not quite yet. Boyd's going to stay right there with him. Both those cars staying out right now. Justin Levine there also with them. Levine staying out. The 08-year-old pole sitter here tonight at Michael also staying out so far. Intensity here, who comes to pit road. You can't make a mistake when you do dive on pit road. That's another thing. Not looking for any mistakes here when you decide to bring her to pit road. 83 on the board. So, Levine a few laps away from what he ran the last time. You see the 87 back here in fifth. Trying to hang on. Everybody else right there, single file. And right now, Justin doing a great job in the 87 machine as they work their way off of turn number 4. 84 laps on the board. Again, the gap up front, 2 seconds. See Ted right here closing the ground there on the 2 of Jason D. Mans. A little bit of a battle brewing here between these two cars. Right here. All right, Scott up front. He's ran 40 laps here tonight in this stint. When does he come down pit road? We've been mean and green from the very get-go here tonight. We haven't had a caution all night long. As we're coming down to the final stages of this race at Texas Motor Speedway here tonight. Up front, Patton leads the way, Boyd in second. Boyd under fire there from Justin Levine. Levine gonna make it work. Move Levine to P2. These guys about 2.4 seconds off your race leader as they run right now. Folks, I'm going to step out of the booth for just one moment. We'll be back right for pit stops here in a moment. And we're back. Patton to pit road. He was the first car down. No surprise there. Scott Patton, the first car on pit road. Levine, everybody else is staying out. Boyd also was able to get down with Patton. Patton may have come in a little bit hot. We'll have to see. He does not need the speed coming off of pit road. He's got to make this stop, make it nice and clean. No mistakes on pit road here. I'm working on 4 tires and fuel. And the 65 going to come out with him there. That's going to hinder him just a bit, but they'll both re-enter the racetrack. Pretty clean stop so far. That leaves the 08 up front. He should be coming to pit road here in just a moment. Sexton to pit road. Danielson pit road. Everybody making green flag stops here. Here comes the race leader and pole sitter, locking her down. That's a little fast from what I'm looking at. Ugh. I'm not sure, but I think the 08 might have been speeding when he got on pit road. We will have to wait and see. That was a little rough. We seen him walk the tires up, getting down. And where is Patton? Got Patton right there on the racetrack. You see the 46. He got that car woed up. Great job. And he'll re-inherit the race lead here once everyone stops. See, right now your race leader is Jeremy in the 73, but he will have to come to pit road as well. And to pit road. Oh, took out that commitment cone a little loose there for Jeremy getting on pit road. Patton will come by to reassume the race lead. Justin and will move to second. Boyd in third. Big loser here tonight on that stop was the 08. I don't think he got a penalty, but he still lost some time. Coming out in fifth, he'll be 2 seconds off your fourth place car of Justin. Meanwhile, Justin Michael trying to take over Boyd possibly. Nope, Boyd gonna get the second. These cars are 3.8 seconds off Scott Patton. Man, Patton has just executed to perfection all night long. He didn't beat himself. Now he's got a good lead here for the last, 30 or so laps of this race. And Patton just in great shape here. Patton really, like I said, didn't beat himself. He played the game properly. Got a 4-second gap. No reason to push it right now. He can kind of ride. Right now we got 11 cars on the lead lap. Merck, the last car on the lead lap in the 60. That's Jeffrey D. Merck right there in the 60 machine. Last car on the lead lap. Scott Patton out in front of this thing. Look at Patton in the 46. Scott doing a wonderful job. Just doing a smooth, consistent race. He hasn't done anything fancy, anything crazy. And it's paid off for him, especially with no cautions all night long. It really came down to just putting the whole race together. And right now, as long as he doesn't have any yellows or anything come up, he is in wonderful shape, crossing the stripe, 94, 125 complete. 94, 125 laps complete. And right now, Patton out in front by a smooth and cool 2.9 seconds. Boyd and Levine still going at it back here for third. Those two getting after it for third right now. But man, oh man, what a night it has been here in the loose Lugnuts ABRUZZI Raceware Cup Series season opener. Of course, the Texas 187 here tonight. And just a really fun race to call all night long. Justin back here in fourth. See Justin Michael right there. Pole sitter back here in fifth. Gary Sexton in sixth. That's the way they run right now. 95 laps complete, 96 on the board. 96, 125 laps complete. Well, folks, I hate to do it, but we need to sneak in a commercial break. We'll be right back here for the finish here at Texas.
Have you ever had the desire to show off something you created, like we'll say in motorsports racing, kart racing, or even in sim racing? While on the track, simulator, in your race car, or hauling close to the ground in a cart, Abruzzi Raceware has you covered. If you need to promote your team logo, name, colors, or just feeling a bit more confident in your sim rig, Abruzzi Raceware has your answer. Team shirts, jackets, and even racing suits, they will go the extra mile. Race boots, trainers to gloves, even karting suits, as well as safety-rated wear, Abruzzi has a supply to fit your needs. Customizable from team names to colors, and yes, you can have your own name customized just the way you like it. In sim racing, they give you the comfort and feel of being strapped into a cockpit to bring the experience closer to the way you desire it. Their range of apparel has been created to not only meet and exceed the highest levels of comfort and quality, but also to enable you to make it yours. To add your personality, take a look at AbruzziUSA.com to see the lineup and what they have to offer. AbruzziUSA.com, with customization at heart, it's your wear, your way.
Back here at Texas Motor Speedway, not missing a beat. Thank you for everybody sitting through the commercial break. We're going to go back to racing here. 99 of 125 complete. Right now at Texas Motor Speedway, coming up close to 25 to go. Justin Levine in second, but he's 2.66 seconds off your race leader right now. Boyd Hogan in third. Justin Michael in fourth. You see Michael back there in the 87. Taking a look for some closer battles on the racetrack. Everybody pretty much spread out across the field here. At least a half a second or more apart across the whole entire field right now. And that plays well for your race leader. He doesn't have to worry so much about there being a yellow or anything. With cars further apart, that reduces the risk of that happening. Here with what should be just shy of 20, coming up to 24 laps to go. We've been mean and green the whole race so far, and up in front, everybody going at it. That gap up front, Justin Levine to Scott Patton, 3.1 seconds at this point. Great job, Scott. Just keeps scaling that gap up further and further and further, and not letting them close in at all. Even though he's got the gap he could ride, he's definitely not riding right now. Right now, everybody's still going at it at the moment. Great racing, 102 on the board. 103 now up front, Patton hanging on, Levine second. Third, Boyd Hogan. And looking through the race, the field right now, Ed Wade back here trying to close down on Gary Sexton. I want to give a shout out to Gary Sexton, the rookie in this series. Inside the top 10, his first race out. What a drive for Gary. Can't ask for much better. Ted Wade back there in 7th, Judd Danielson in 8th. Everybody hanging on. 105 on the board. This next time by, but Scott Patton, 3.3 seconds the gap back to the second place car, Justin Levine. Levine, the only hope he's got is to catch a caution. What about Boyd Hogan back here? Justin Michael back here in the back as well. Those two cars going at it. 105 on the board, 125 complete here tonight. These two cars, single file. Gary Sexton and Ted Wade back here also. Coming up on what should be 20 laps to go. Everybody doing a great job. Mitchell Reeves inside the top 10. Good smooth run for Reeves. Jeffrey Merck back here in 11th. Scott Patton hanging on 3.1 seconds the race lead. And that's not really moving around that much. As long as we don't have a caution, I think Scott's in pretty good shape. Michael running 4th, also in a pretty good spot. Score top 5 to open up the season here at Texas Motor Speedway. Everybody coming down the back straightaway, 18 to go this time by. 18 laps to go this time by. Up off the straightaway. 18 to go now on the board. Levine still sets in 2nd. Patton with the race lead. Levine trying to come up with something, but just losing too much time to do much of anything at this point. Battle right now, that's going to be between Wade and Sexton. And that battle right now for that 6th and 7th spot. Sexton not wanting to give it up to Wade here. Really good top 10 run for the rookie here tonight with 17 to go in this one. Wade and Sexton going at it right now. 16 to go this time by. For the race leader battle right now, you're watching 7th and 8th. Or excuse me, 6th, 7th right now. Between Jay Sexton and Ted Wade. Judd Danielson getting up there in the battle also. He's in 8th right now. Coming into the night, he didn't think the car would do that well, but right now looking to score top 10. Everybody off of turn number 4, relatively smooth. The leader going to see 15 to go this time by. Gap up front, 3.6 seconds. 3.6 seconds to gap the front of the field. Everybody else nose to tail. You see Greg, Mitchell Reeves, Jeffrey Merck back here. And right now we got 11 cars on the lead lap. That's all that's left. This pace that the leader, Scott Patton, has set has been unreal all night long. Danielson closing the gap down to the 2 in front of him to try to make this a 3-car battle inside the top 10 right now. $14 to go. To go this time by. Coming to 13 on the board. You see Scott Patton out front. Just a lovely night for him. Trying to close this thing down. Leading 72 laps here tonight. What a nice job by Scott. Taking a look here. Started 2nd. He's been up to 1st all night long. And just having a great run right now for Scott Patton. What a great smooth run. And just closing in here on 74 laps led. He will get the most laps led this evening by far. Levine 2nd. 3rd, Boyd Hogan. 11 laps to go here. Everybody's still pretty spread out around the racetrack. We'll go back to that battle between the 32 at Ted, Judd Danielson, and the rookie Gary Sexton. And the 0-1-3 as they work by the lap car. Ronald Klein right here. Klein one lap down. Running 14th right now with 11 laps to go. Everybody down the front straightaway once again. 10 to go on the board this time by. And I tell you what, up front, Patton to gap 3.6 seconds over Justin Levine. Levine trying to come up with something to go get Patton right now. And for iRating's sake, everybody that likes iRating, Scott Patton up front with a 3,800 in iRating, Justin Levine 5,000, and Mr. Boyd Hogan back there, a 6,000 iRating driver. And Boyd Hogan actually losing a spot here to the 08 of Michael. Michael moves to third. Here comes the 87 of Justin Michael. We got a 3-car battle inside the top 3 right now. These 3 cars hanging on right now, nose to tail, with 9 laps to go. Tires absolutely worn out at this point. Crossover down the back straightaway. Justin Michael to the bottom through 3 and 4. Holding it nice on the inside line right below the 08 machine here down the back front straightaway side by side. And he'll complete the pass, move Justin up to 4th. Michael up there in the 08 running 3rd with Bean in 2nd. A good job by these guys hanging on right now. 8 laps to go. 8 to go here at Texas Motor Speedway. And I tell you what, Scott Patton has done a wonderful job just trying to close it out now. Doesn't want to see a yellow. Coming to 6 to go this time by. Patton up in front. Patton leads the way, 6 to go this time by. And he is just keeping that thing nice and smooth. He hasn't laid a wheel wrong all night long as we close in on the end here tonight. Really done a very impressive job keeping that car the way he has all night long. And I tell you what, closing into the end of this one, these guys with 6 laps to go. Levine in 2nd, Michael 3rd, Justin Michael 4th. 5 to go this time by. Patton out in front. Patton to see 5 laps to go here. He'll close in on the number 30. Nope, the number 12, excuse me. Exide machine right in front of him with 5 laps to go. That's a lap car he's catching. And we'll see how the 12 does. Pretty sure he'll jump up out of the way here in a moment. Patton can take his time here. He's got a gap of 3.1 seconds. Meanwhile, back here, look at this, the battle for 3rd. Michael and Justin Michael going at it. 4 laps to go. This battle has not subsided all night long. The 08 to the bottom throws a slight block on the 87. Coming to 3 to go with the strike. So coming to 3 laps to go in this one. These guys, great battle up front. 3 laps to go. This time by. Patton crosses the stripe. He's got plenty of a lead on everyone else. The 3 laps to go. Coming to the checkered, coming to 2 to go. If there's no yellow, and Scott just does what he's done all night long, he's got this one wrapped up. But the battle for 3rd yet to be decided as they work their way into 3 and 4 once again. This battle not going away all night long between these 2 drivers. Crossing the stripe, 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go, Justin Michael, and get on there, right around the bumper of your pole sitter. Meanwhile, up front, as it looks like the 87 got in the wall there out of turn 2, big trouble. He'll hang on to it though, no caution. And Scott Patton, he just wants to see the white flag, which he sees this time by. He sees 1 lap to go. Patton, in a dominating performance all night long, works his way through turns 1 and 2, down the back straightaway, coming to the checkered flag this time by, through 3 and 4 for 1 final time, and out of turn number 4. Scott Patton will pick up the loose Lugnuts ABRUZZI RACEWARE Cup Series season opener at Texas. Levine's going to score 2nd. And your pole sitter, Michael, comes on third. Boyd Hogan, fourth. And we'll take a look at Gary Sexton trying to hang on to the top six. He's going to do it. Congratulations to Gary, bringing her home in sixth here tonight. What a night for your race winner, Mr. Scott Patton. Led every lap here tonight and brought it home. Ah, what a night. And your pretty car came home. Let's see, what did Ronald get? He got 14th tonight. Scott Patton crossing the stripe, your race winner. Let's get a word with him. Patton doing a great job here this evening. Wow. Let's grab Mr. Scott Patton up here in the Extreme Sim TV booth and see if we can get a word with him here in just one moment. What a night. Scott Patton, Matt up here in the booth. Got a copy on, buddy.
Okay.
Alrighty, man. Well, you led 86 laps here tonight. I'll tell you what I think was probably the most deciding moment of this race. During the first round of stops, you kind of made a late dive to pit road. Got down before everybody else did, got fresh tires, and that kind of helped you open up the gap. And then you were able to kind of just hang on to it there from there on out.
Yeah, our motto coming in tonight was just to minimize the mistakes, so kind of consistent on the track, and then guys on pit road pulled through and kind of kept them by a couple seconds. I think each time we came off the pit road, which helped, and then just concentrating on nice and smooth and consistent. And
right.
It's nice when the race just kind of plays out like that. So.
Yeah, like I say, you did a great job. Of course, the second round of stops, you did the same thing as when the first car's down, so you kept fresh tires on it. You kept everybody behind you and kept everybody fighting. How does it feel to come out here and get the first win of the season?
Yeah, it feels great. It's a great finish for Bandit Motorsports here. Justin, I think, just barely missed the podium, the top 5 finish, and us drawing the first blood of the season feels good, and looking forward to some good confidence going to the Roval next week.
Oh yeah, Roval. Let's talk about that for a second. Oh boy, the Roval. Wow. Happens to be one of my favorite places to go race at. But with the new layout on the backstretch chicane, how much does that kind of, I guess, adjust the way you drive the place versus the older chicane?
Yeah, it's a little bit more technical with that backstretch. Much more braking, and that braking point's got to be a lot more precise. So we'll be putting in some time this week to make sure that we get that all figured out going into next Sunday.
And for buddy. Well, again, congratulations, Scott, on picking up the win here tonight. You got anybody to like to thank before I let you go?
Appreciate it, Matt. Yeah, we got Northeast Motorsports on the museum on the hood this week, as well as probably all season, and Stone River Outfitters for all your fly tying needs, fly fishing. Check them out on Facebook or the website. And you guys in the booth, great job as always, Matt. Appreciate everything you guys do.
No problem, buddy. It was a lot of fun. Congratulations, Scott Patton. Coming home with the win here tonight, buddy.
Catch you, buddy.
All right, there we go. Scott Patton coming home with the win. Let's grab P2 up here. Good old Justin. It's been a while since I've done an interview with Justin. Get Levine up here. Hey, Justin Levine. Matt in the booth. Long time no see, buddy.
Hey, how you doing?
Man, it's been a while since I called a race with you in it, but you come back in style, coming back P2, buddy.
Yeah, the car was fast.
Alrighty, man. Well, I'll tell you what, Scott played that tire strategy there, that first yellow. Kind of got away from you guys. You think if he could have got a caution to shorten the gap, you might have had something for him?
I would like to think so. I was pretty good on the short run. I struggled mid to long run. But, man, did he call the right call. He got out there, and we never saw him again.
Yeah, I think it was only like a lap or two before you guys, but it really stretched him out there.
Yeah, he timed everything perfect, in and out. He was fast.
Man, you did a great job in coming back to P2. Good start to your season, going to the Roval next week. So, you know, pretty good start for you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, man. Well, Mr. Levine, you got anybody you'd like to thank before I let you go?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Judd Danielson for first off getting me in the league and everything that Abruzzi does for the legacy and myself. And I got to thank you. Can't wait to see the broadcast. Love watching everything you do. and all the admins in this league.
10-4, Justin. Well, again, congratulations bringing her home P2 here tonight. And we'll see you next week in Charlotte at the Roval.
Thank you.
All right, let's grab P3 up here, Michael. Hey, Michael, Matt the booth. You got a copy of my buddy?
Yes, sir.
All righty, man. Coming home 30 tonight. You got the pole. Good run for you tonight, buddy.
Thank you, thank you. You know, I like Texas. I like the old Texas, but, you know, I'm getting used to the new Texas. Of course, home track for me, so I gotta like it, you know. I gotta try to do good here.
Well, you definitely did good, and you're not the only one that likes the old Texas better. Your broadcaster here can't drive the new Texas or nothing. 1 and 2 messes me up every time.
Once you figure it out, it's back to, you know, it's closer to the old Texas than you think it is. Once you figure out, you know, there's minor little differences that you got to do, but it's closer than you think.
But nevertheless, man, you put on a great performance, great start to your season here. You head off to the Roval next week. What do you think you got for them going to the Roval?
The best advice that I can give everybody else on the track for next week is just to look out for the Olay, because he'll be all over the place.
10-4, buddy. Maybe I'll have to get with you and work with you on the Roval a little bit, buddy. I'm actually decent there. I enjoy that place quite a bit.
Yeah, I road race some. You know, I got 2 of the best road racers in the sim on my team, so, you know, just sitting down and actually making myself run some laps in it. I ran the old layout with the Cup car. We're running NIS last year, but I haven't run the new layout with this car, so it's, you know, I'm sure it's going to be learning. It's just laps.
10-4, buddy. Well, again, congratulations. Anybody you'd like to thank before I let you go here?
Elliott Sadler, Hermie Sadler, all the guys, Elliott Sadler Esports, you know, Jason Maines, Gary Sexton, coming over and running this league with us. John Hendrick for over the top paints, does all my paints. I appreciate everything he does for me. Does a great job, runs a great league. Jeff Wood, Merck, Ronald Klein, all the admins, you know, and of course you for coming on and putting on the broadcast.
10-4, man. Well, we'll see you next week at the Roval, buddy.
Thank you.
Alrighty, everyone, that's going to about do it here from Texas Motor Speedway tonight. I got to hop on a jet, head over to Michigan, compete in the playoffs, see if I can keep my car in the playoffs. So until then, or until next week when I see you at the Roval, oh boy, heartburn turn number 1. Oh gosh, the heartburn turn these guys are going to have to deal with. What about the backstretch chicane? What about the front stretch chicane? What are we going to see to happen in the loose Lugnuts ABRUZZI RACEWARE Cup Series when they go to the Roval next weekend? I'm going to tell you one thing, you come right back here to Extreme Sim TV and find out next Sunday night. Don't forget before you leave to hit that like and share button and subscribe if you would. As always, it's Matt in the booth with you here tonight. And everyone, stay safe. Have a great night. God bless. Thank you to ABRUZZI RACEWARE for coming on. And we will see you next Sunday at the Roval.